The Evil Within spells the return of Shinji Mikami. His plan? Return the horror to the survival horror genre. The game tells the story of detectives Sebastian Castellanos and Joseph Oda, joined by junior detective Julie Kidman, speeding through the city to respond to a multiple homicide reported at the Beacon Mental Hospital in Crimson City. Everything after that is just plain crazy. Sebastian, who shorts his name to Seb, said no one ever, faces horror after horror in this bid to rescue his two friends, figure out why the world is coming apart, and unravel the mystery of who Ruvik is and why he wants Sebastian dead. Or maybe not.
What the hell are you? No! Don't follow! What the? Doctor?
The Evil Within is powered by id Tech Engine 5, but unfortunately there are a handful of technical issues that mar the experience a bit. There's plenty of MIP mapping, especially during cutscenes. Also during cutscenes, there's a strange audio issue. It's probably a problem with surround sound encoding, but voices are pushed almost entirely into the back channel. Since there's no setting to shift stereo or even mono, I'm just kind of guessing here, but the results are the same. You're going to need subtitles to understand what little bit of story there actually is here. That said, the sounds in this game are absolutely horror-inducing. Every creaky door, every scrape of something on the floor, every piece of glass, and especially the sound that precedes a visit from Ruvik, immediately raises little hairs on the back of your neck. The game kicks off with an excellent first chapter that raises the bar very high. Unfortunately, the next 8 chapters are fairly standard Resident Evil-like zombie battles, or whatever they're called in this game, punctuated with a few grotesque boss fights. Chapter 9 picks up really nicely, as does some of the ending, but it's just frustrating because this game is genuinely scary, but only when it stops throwing scores of enemies at you. There is one area here that's particularly frustrating, and that's the hard save system. There are checkpoints, but they're very oddly spaced, leading to a bit of save scumming. You'll do this at the central hub where you do upgrades. Those don't make any sense either. But when that isn't an option, you'll have to repeat large swaths of content complete with unskippable exposition. Since the game is linear, this takes something that was horror and reduces it to simple trial and error, requiring that you die repeatedly to succeed. The bulk of the frustration with The Evil Within falls to the mechanics. Attacks are separate animations, upgrades make very little sense, various movement ticks and weird systems, hard save mechanics, and a bafflingly poor run mechanic all rolls together to be more frustrating than it has to be. It feels like a throwback to the days when memory was short, but we've long since passed that, especially with this new generation. Don't get me wrong, there are some genuinely terrifying, nightmare-inducing moments in this game. Unfortunately, they're few and far between, though, which is frustrating because the concept is solid. A little restraint would have gone a long way here. Just stop throwing hordes of enemies at me and let the game be scary. We give The Evil Within 70 out of 100. Check out GamingTrend.com for the full review. And if you like what we do here, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe and see what we do next.